I've created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President.
The most powerful friendship in American politics has fractured. Loudly, publicly, and with all the drama you'd expect when Donald Trump and Elon Musk are on opposite sides. It had barely been months since Trump had stormed back into office, and just weeks since Musk had been hailed as the administration's star disruptor, head of a radical new agency called DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. Musk's task was specific: rip up the red tape, fire the deadweight, shut down departments that didn't do anything, and save the American taxpayer a cool $1 trillion. But then came the bill. The big, beautiful bill, as Trump calls it, is a massive spending and tax proposal introduced by Donald Trump after returning to office. It increases funding for defense, expands the border wall, and makes the earlier tax cuts permanent. Now, to pay for these, it cuts government spending in areas like clean energy, healthcare for the poor and elderly, and education. Despite being promoted as a way to streamline government, the bill would actually add trillions to the national deficit. The US Congressional Budget Office estimated it would add nearly $2 trillion to the deficit in just the first year, almost $4 trillion over the next decade. For Musk, it wasn't just bad policy, it was betrayal. He hadn't signed up to play mascot to a bloated budget. From the moment DOGE launched, Musk had thrown himself into it with his usual intensity, hiring ex-SpaceX engineers to model government workflows, using AI to audit government spending, and even publicly floating the closure of the US Agency for Global Crisis Response, a relatively small but symbolically internationalist branch. Every move DOGE made was aimed at shrinking the state. Every headline was about how Elon Musk was finally making the government run like a startup. And now this. A bill that did the exact opposite. The first signs of rebellion came subtly. Musk skipped a DOGE press briefing. Then he refused to attend a budget rollout meeting. The breaking point came live on television. On May 28, 2025, Musk sat across a news anchor and delivered a line that reverberated right through Washington.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both. My personal opinion.
The fallout was instant. On Capitol Hill, Democrats who'd spent months attacking Musk suddenly cheered him as a truth teller.
I agree with Elon Musk.
Conservatives didn't know where to look, and in private, Trump reportedly fumed. The man he'd called a genius, who stood beside him in the Rose Garden, was now publicly dismantling his most ambitious legislative push. But the next blow came fast and hit even harder. In a direct response to Trump's threat to cancel federal contracts with Musk's companies, Musk made a stunning announcement. In a now viral post on X, he declared the immediate decommissioning of the Dragon spacecraft, the only US vehicle capable of ferrying astronauts to the International Space Station. The cancellation threat sent shockwaves through Musk's empire. SpaceX, heavily reliant on NASA contracts, faces an immediate crisis. Shares of Tesla, another Musk flagship, plummeted 14% in a single day as investors fear a broader fallout across his interconnected businesses. The Starlink network, critical for military and civilian communications, sees its valuations wobble as analysts now question whether Musk's defiance cost him Pentagon deals. The financial hit is absolutely staggering, with estimates suggesting Musk's personal wealth has dropped by about $20 billion in just 48 hours. The decommissioning of Dragon is a bold move. It cripples US spaceflight capabilities, leaving the nation without a single domestic crewed spaceflight option and forcing NASA to rely on Russian Soyuz rockets, a geopolitical total embarrassment. Politically, Musk can lean into his newfound allies amongst the Democrats, who see his rebellion as a check on Trump's power. But this risks alienating his conservative base on X, where he's cultivated a loyal following.
Elon Musk and I agree with each other on this particular issue.
Alternatively, he can double down on his outsider status, using X to rally public opinion against the bill and pressurize Congress directly, an unprecedented move for a government official. There are even talks of Musk running for office himself, though his foreign birth poses constitutional hurdles. Entrepreneurially, Musk faces tougher choices. SpaceX can pivot to private clients or foreign governments, like the Europe Space Agency, to offset the lost NASA contracts. But this requires years and years and billions in new investment. Tesla and Starlink can weather the storm by doubling down on consumer markets. But Musk's aggressive cost-cutting at DOGE leaves him with very few friends in Washington to secure new deals. Some speculate he might sell off Neuralink or the Boring Company to raise capital. But such moves would signal total weakness, a cardinal sin for Musk's brand. Whatever his next play, Musk is betting on his ability to outmaneuver Trump in the court of public opinion, with X as his megaphone. In the wreckage of this clash, one truth lingers. For a brief moment, the most powerful man in Washington isn't the president. It is a billionaire with rockets, with algorithms, and the reach to shake the foundations of government with just a single post. And this time, even the White House can't predict what he'll do next.